So, welcome back to another episode of Nekomonogatari Shiro or Nekomonogatari White. So, in the previous episode, we had basically an entire episode full of dialogue between Senjougahara and Hanekawa, and it was some of the most entertaining dialogue that I've ever seen. It was fantastic. Once again, Senjougahara being an absolute chad, and Hanekawa just being absolutely lost, as we're kind of used to now. She kind of told us a lot more about how her, the food and stuff like that, which was very interesting. She almost feels like a robot at times, where it's like, okay, what's the optimal way to survive, right? And she just follows those paths. I mean, that's kind of what she is, right? And then we saw Black Hanekawa come out and Senjougahara confronting her, which was once again insane. Senjougahara didn't even flinch for a second. She knew exactly, or not knew exactly what was going on, but like she kind of says the situation really well. She was being a bit of a detective in the previous episode, and it was great to see. Yeah, we still haven't heard much about Araragi, so it's gonna be interesting to find out what he's doing. Maybe it's gonna be for the next arc. But yeah, it's gonna be cool. But anyways, I'm excited to see what's gonna happen next. What's the tiger? Because we also found out that the tiger said something along the lines of, "Oh, you saw me, so it's already begun," or something like that. Which is a very cryptic wording for it, but I guess we'll see. It kind of reminds me of how Hachikuji happened, but in a bit more of a sinister way. I guess we'll find out. Anyways, if you want to watch this uncut and unblurred, it's gonna be on my Patreon, which is down in the description. And without further ado, let's go into Nekomonogatari Shiro episode 3. Cicadas?
昔から考えてはいたのよ。荒木くんと羽川さんの違いってどこにあるのかって。同じように二人とも我が身を犠牲にして他人のために躍起になるけれど、どうも私から見れば両者は全く別物のように
100%.
似てさえいないように思う。わかりやすく言えば荒木くんが偽物で羽川さんが本物に見える。やってることは同じなのになんでなのかなって。でもこの手料理を食べて分かった気がするわ。分かった気がするって。手料理を食べて相手の人となりが分かるなんて某料理漫画みたいだけれどね。おいしんぼみたいだけれどね。なぜ一度伏せたタイトルを改めて。危うさに対する認識が違うのよ。荒木くんとあなたでは。例えば道路で車にひかれて死んでいる猫がいるとして、その猫を埋葬してあげるという行為はきっと正しい。羽川さんはそうするんだと思うし、荒木くんもなんだかんだ言いながらそうするかもしれない。違うのはこのなんだかんだ言うという部分なのよね、きっと。なぜ多くの人が猫を無視し、まるで何も見なかったかのように通り過ぎるのかといえば、その猫を埋葬することが危ういからよ。自分がいい人、善人であることを周囲に知られることは、
Also it can be full of diseases.
つけ込まれる可能性が非常に高い。悪ぶることが安全だということを荒木くんは多分分かっている。対して羽川さんはその辺が全く理解できていない。いえ、違うわ。きっとあなたにだってそのリスクの存在は分かっているはず。だけどそのリスクを全然大したことだと。
That's a very pessimistic way to look at the
そうな
world.
のよ、多分。あなたは何も後悔していない。悪意やダメさをまるでものともしていない。というより受け入れてしまっている。多分あなたは白すぎる。
Yeah.
白くすぎる。すべてを受け入れちゃダメなのよ。あなたはバカさやダメさに対して何の警戒心も持っていない。人からつけ込まれることが分かっていても何とも思わず前方に走り、集団の中で浮いてしまうことが分かっていても倫理的であろうとする。
Yeah, because it's like a script for her, right?
あなたはいい人なんじゃなくって、聖人でも聖母でもなくって、闇に鈍いだけだわ。それじゃ野生として落第よ。
But I still don't understand what she meant when she said that Araragi would be the fake one, whereas Hanekawa would be the true one, right? Because I would expect it to be exactly flipped, right? Araragi obviously being, I feel like Araragi is very true to himself, and that's the reason why he is the way that he is. Now, I don't think he has everything I don't think he knows everything about himself, and I don't think he has a reason for doing everything that he's doing. He's very much acting on instinct, but he is acting according to his instinct, right? He's not acting out a facade, or he's not acting out a script that was predetermined by him. He's just doing stuff on instinct, and I would say he's very much more true to himself than Hanekawa, whereas I think Hanekawa is very much has a script in her mind, and the reason she doesn't question it is because, well, that's just the way that her computer in her mind determined, okay, this is the correct thing to do, this is what you should do here, so the computer deemed it to be okay, so she has no reason to doubt it, right? That's kind of how I perceive her mind. I guess it's hard to dub that as fake as well, because I mean that's just how her mind works. It's been programmed to work like that, but we also can see that the true Hanekawa comes out at night, which would which I feel like would kind of in turn make it a bit more recontextualize it. That is actually that everything we see is not fully true, is a bit fake, right? Because everything that is the true Hanekawa comes out at night, or at least a big part of it, right? So I don't know. I don't really see what Senjougahara is trying to say with that specific thing. The other parts I definitely agree with, though. Blank. Was that Full Metal Alchemist? I don't know. I never watched Full Metal Alchemist, but that kind of looked like Roy Mustang. I love the bass in this song, man. It's so good. Dude, I love that line so much. Part 3. Suruga? It's been a hot minute. Oh, she's growing out her hair. Damn. Oh, okay. I thought she face planted. Cute. Accomplice. What? Tonight at 9. I swear to God. Tonight at 9. Tonight at 9. Second floor, come to the classroom alone. There's something I have to ask you. Are we gonna finally see Araragi for the first time in the arc? I'm down. We're gonna be seeing Araragi from Hanekawa's perspective.
そうなのか？でもそれなら電話してくれればいいのに。実はさっき電話をひっきりなしにかけてみたのだけれど繋がらない。つまりこれはデートの誘いということだな。電話に出ないのは何らかのサプライズを用意してくれているからに違いない。いや、文面的にもっとシリアスなものだとは思わないの？そうかそうか。ならば特進言った。今晩は読みたい本があったけれど、荒木先輩に呼び出されたのならば是非もない。私は万難を排して荒木先輩の呼び出しに応じよう。万難を排して。
Overcome any hurdle, yeah.
では羽川先輩、いろいろ教えてくれてありがとう。いえいえ、どういたしまして。家が火事になったと聞いて落ち込んでいるかと思ったが、別段そんなこともないようで安心したぞ。さすが羽川先輩だ。本当に知っていたのか。ではご分を。本当に知っていたのか。ではご分を。筋違いだ。荒木くんは必然性があってカンバルさんにメールを打ったに違いないのだから。私じゃなくてカンバルさんに助力を求めたことについてものを思うのは筋違いだ。
I mean, I think it's also normal. Did we skip? No, I don't think so.
羽川さん、遅かったわね。うん、朝使わせてもらった食材の補充にスーパーに寄ってたから。って
はじめまして。
Oh! The goat!
羽川翼です。すみません、昨晩は止めていただきました。カンバルにメール？なんと不愉快な。私を差し置いて荒木くんに助けを求められるなど、あの女どうしてやろうかしら。まずは内臓を。戦場が原さん、キャラが構成前に戻って。
You're regressing.
多分理由があるんだと思うよ。その点については聞きたいことがあるっていうのもそうだろうし。だって私や戦場が原さんと違ってカンバルさんは左腕に怪異を残しているじゃない。残しているわね。つまりカンバルというよりカンバルの左腕が必要ということなのかしら。まあ推測だけれど。で、どうするの羽川さんは。どうするって？
You know, it's an interesting dichotomy between Senjougahara and Hanekawa right here as well, where Hanekawa was just feeling those things inside of her the second that Kambaru was talking about it, but she bottled it up. She never said anything about it. She was like thinking the exact same thing that Senjougahara was, but she was kind of thinking of it as a, oh, I shouldn't be feeling this way. I'm sure it's nothing like that. And she started making excuses to herself, whereas Senjougahara instantly called that out. She instantly voiced those concerns, which was very interesting, right? It's a very interesting dichotomy between the characters, or an interesting juxtaposition between the two. I think it's really cool how they're doing the, you know, the juxtaposition between these two is fucking phenomenal, man. It's so good, so good.
彼の状況はどうあれ、そこに行けば荒木くんには会えるわけでしょ。考えたけど行かないつもり。行ったら邪魔しちゃいそうな気もするし。そう、じゃあ私も行かない。そう？頼りがないのは元気な証拠だと思っておくことにするわ。それこそカンバルの猿の時と違って何か隠し事をしようとしているというわけでもなさそうだし。行かないの？行かないわ。羽川さんと同じよ。言っても邪魔しかできそうにないから。それに私にできることは他にありそうという気もするのよね。しかし体に怪異を残しているのはどうやら荒木くんとカンバルだけじゃなかったみたいだけれど。他に誰かいるの？私たちの周りで残っている怪異って荒木くんの鬼とカンバルさんの猿だけでしょ？その通りにゃん。おっと、来たようね。一体誰だろうと私は考えたけれど、戦場ヶ原さんがドアを開けてその向こうにいた女の子の姿を見て、私は全てを理解する。そこにいたのは荒木くんの妹、荒木カレンちゃんと荒木キキちゃんのファイヤーシスターズだったのだ。こんな会話があったらしい。あらあら、これはカレンさんじゃない。こんなところで会うなんて偶然ね。おお、そういうあんたは戦場ヶ原さんじゃねえか。
She's adorable.
公 なんて。あれ、でも千丈ヶ原さん、学校は？学校？何それ。いや、知らないならいいんだけど。
Don't dismiss it like that.
知ってる？ガハラジョークよ。
ガハラジョーク。
今唐突に、つまり不意に思い出したのだけれど、知ってる？羽川さんの家が火事になったこと。ああ、ごめん、愚問だったわね。正義の味方ファイヤーシスターズの実践担当、この町の平和を一身に担う荒木カレンさんともあろう人が、そんな大事件を知らないはずがないわよね。もちろん知ってる。大変だったよな。なんなら今から翼さんを訪ねて、お見舞いしようかと思ってたところだったぜ。羽川さんに怪我はなかったんだけれどね。でも、焼け出されちゃって、彼女今晩寝る場所もないのよ。そうなの？知らなかった？いや、知ってた。今、私の方からその話題を振ろうと思ってたところだぜ。
The Fire Sisters have been less active, right? After everything that happened.
ごめんなさいね。でも本当不思議よね。羽川さんみたいないい子がぐっすり眠れるベッドがこの世にないだなんて、理不尽もこれ極まれりといった感じだわ。いやもう、この世に正義があるのなら一体何をしているのかという感じだわ。まあ、お題目だけの正義が何もしてくれないから、実は私は今日は学校を休んで羽川さんの寝床を探しているというわけなのよ。おっと、ごめん。
What's your game
カレ
here?
ンさんに話しても仕方のないことだったわね。だってカレンさんはあの荒木暦の妹だっていうだけで、所詮はただの中学生なんだから、荒木くんと同じように扱っちゃ期待が重すぎるわよね。
Dude, she knows how to press the buttons.
カレンさんにこんなことを話しても迷惑だった。
Wow.
ごめんなさい。じゃあそろそろ私行くわね。羽川さんの寝床同様、この世に正義がないということも分かったことだし。
He's pressing all the buttons.
ちょっと待ったー。何？どうかしたの？翼さんの寝床はある。そして正義もある。そんなわけで、私は荒木家に。
Okay, I thought that's what I was thinking would be the best way.
そうだよ、自分の家だと思ってよ。思いまくっちゃってよ、羽川さん。だいたい水っぽいんだよな、翼さんは。寝る場所がねえなら、まずいの一番に私を頼ってくれればよかったんだ。いやもう、私は翼さんが自分から言ってくれるのを待ってた。まあ言いにくいのかなって思って、こうして自分から提案したわけだけれど。そうだね。カレンちゃんは自分から提案したんだよね。
What's with his hair?
泊まる場所がないって言うなら、うちにいくらでも泊まっていってよ。都合のいいことにお兄ちゃんが今お留守だからさ、お兄ちゃんの部屋を使って。でもそうだね。じゃあお言葉に甘えてお世話になるね。荒木くんが帰ってくるまでの間ってことで、よろしくお願いします。よろしくお願いします。そうだ、何日もお世話になる以上、さすがにご両親にご挨拶をしないわけにはいかないよね。それは大丈夫だと思うよ。私たちと、それにお兄ちゃんのパパとママなんだから、性格もそれなりだよ。
Oh no.
でもさ、二人とも熱血な正義感の持ち主だから、困っている人に出ていけなんて言わないよ。ねえ、カレンちゃん、月日ちゃん。参考までに聞きたいんだけど、前にお父さんとお母さん共働きだって言ってたよね。今日は6時くらいに帰ってくると思う。お仕事は何
Yeah,
され
good
ているの
question.
かな？
Great question.
警察官。
あ
もちろん一悶着あった。
Of course.
けれど、荒木夫妻はそれでも
That checks out.
そういう事情なら仕方がないと、決して積極的にではなかったけれど、最終的には私の宿泊にお許しを出してくれた。そこはやはり確かに荒木くんの両親という感じだった。
Yeah.
それにしても、これが千丈ヶ原さんが言っていたいいアイディアか。なんというか、ファイヤーシスターズの正義感につけ込んだみたいで、若干以上の後ろめたさを感じざるを得ないけれど、悪役みたいなところを千丈ヶ原さんは全部自分で背負ってくれたのだ。それに、いやもう、私は翼さんが自分から言ってくれるのを待ってた。私は自分から助けを求めるようなことがなく、これはきっと星野さんが言うところの人は勝手に一人で助かるだけとは全然違う理屈なんだろうな。
And we're
そう。
coming all the way back to how the difference between, once again, Senjougahara and Hanekawa. If you want to get over an oddity, you have to, you have to be proactive about it. Oh, sorry about that. You have to be proactive about it. You have to make an effort to get over it. You're not gonna get over it by just pushing it aside like Hanekawa's doing. She's never gonna get over it if she's just the way that she is. I talked about it more in the previous episode, so I'm not gonna go into it again, but yeah. Oh. You know what's one thing that I like? Wow. You know what's one thing that I like? I was just thinking about, I was gonna say, I really like how much more realistic they made the underwear in, like, with Hanekawa, because, like, up until now, every single time, like, we've seen people in underwear so many times in this anime, but every time it's like in a really risque lingerie type of underwear. But here, I was gonna say, I like how realistic they made it, and then I was like, wait, they made it this way because obviously it's to signify that she's so bland, that she's such a blank slate, right? She's white, right? Pure white. And that's why they made her underwear so basic. Like the most basic of basic underwear, right? Checks out. I was gonna talk about it and then I realized what they were doing with it. That's interesting. Self-referential. Jesus, man. Get called out. Selling out your brother. $27. Did we skip? Was the previous one? No, we didn't skip. Okay. Okay, interesting. Pint size. She's here. No, she's not imprisoned, right? Yes. Spill the beans. Wait. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna go back 10. But apart from that, was she imprisoned in his shadow? I'm pretty sure there were many times where she wasn't in his shadow. Even in like Bakemonogatari, she was oftentimes just in cramps, at like the cram school, and wasn't like anywhere near Araragi. So it doesn't seem like she's imprisoned there. It just seems like she usually resides there. No? Is that wrong? But the way she's talking is as if she is imprisoned. Interesting. I thought that she was just there to like chill out, to kind of be around Araragi because she likes to be around Araragi. I didn't think that she was actually forced to be there. Interesting. Let me reread this.
ちょっとイレギュラーな事態が起こっての。現在わしと我が主様、つまり忍野忍と荒木暦とのペアリングは切られておる。切られってひょっとしたら我が主様は自宅に戻っておるかとも思ったのじゃが、淡い期待じゃったようじゃの。
Oh,
うぬがおったというのじゃから。
so she doesn't know where she's trying to get him back.
打ったような気分じゃわい。
Yeah, true.
お前の主様にゃら今晩の9時の段階で例の学習塾跡にいたはずにゃ。例の猿の女と待ち合わせでにゃ。待ち合わせ？しかし猿など今更。
This late in the game.
そうか、
What?
なるほどの。我が主様にしては考えたようじゃな。怪異よりもあの小娘の場合は血統の意識。
Lineage.
血統の意識。いや、良い情報を教えてくれ。
So they have their own plan. They have their own thing going on.
気晴らしにうぬの血を吸ってやろうかと思っておったが、
For fun.
それはやめておくことにする。とんでもねえことを思ってやがったにゃ。それとも例として血を吸ってやった方が良いのかな。は、まあ遠慮しておくにゃ。
I'll pass.
今回はちょっと事情が違うにゃ。今回の俺にはきっとれっきとした使命があるはずにゃのにゃ。それがにゃんにゃのかわからにゃいけれど。なるほどな。うぬは新種の怪異のようなものじゃから、その辺は軽々に判断すべきではないか。言うなれば前回までのうぬと今回のうぬはターミネーターとターミネーター
Called out, man.
その例えは理解しやすいが、しかし吸血鬼のお前がどうにゃのか。まあどっちにしてもわしがうぬの血を吸うというのは姑息療法というか、所詮はその場しのぎにしか過ぎんから。
Yep.
あまり何度も繰り返して使うべき手法ではなかろう。そうにゃ。それにこうやって当たり前みたいに堂々と表に出てきちゃいるが、俺はあくまでもご主人の裏人格にゃ。堂々とにゃどしていたらいけにゃいのにゃ。表とか裏とか、そんなもんは表裏一体みたいなもんなのじゃがの。我が主様も大概じゃが、どうもうぬもうぬでいらんところで空回りというか空転しておる印象があるの。これは500年生きたわしの眼蓄ある思い出話として黙って聞け。ナポレオン皇帝の逸話なのじゃが、
Napoleon?
実は1日にたった3時間しか眠らなかったそうじゃな。それは
I heard about that.
まあ聞け。一方でかの皇帝は風呂好きで有名でな。
Okay.
1日に6時間以上風呂に入っておったという話じゃ。今の時代で言えば静香ちゃんじゃな。
Who's Shizuka-chan?
でな、わしはこの2つの話を知った時思ったんじゃよ。いやいや、それ絶対風呂の中で寝てるじゃ
Yeah,
ん。
that was my thought process.
なるほど。つまるところ、別々の事柄のように思えることでも案外つながっておるのかもしれんとわしは言いたいわけじゃ。表と裏を分離して考えることなど意味はない。うぬは確かに羽川翼から人格的に切り離されたブラック羽川なのかもしれんが、しかしその両者に確たる違いなどないとわしは思う。わしから見れば怪異も人間もどっちも似たようなもんじゃしな。そうか、俺とご主人が同じか。しかしだとすれば、ますますお前に血を吸われるわけにはいかんということににゃるにゃ。そうなるの？自然消滅が実は一番いいのじゃ。専門家的にももちろん怪異的にもの。だから吸血鬼、例というにゃら俺の質問に一つ答えてくれにゃいか。まあ構わぬが、手早く頼むぞ。わしは早く我が主様のもとに向かわねばならぬ。早くせんとあの怪性なしは今度こそ殺されてしまう。虎の怪異を知ってるか？虎？ああ、虎にゃ。今この町をうろついているのにゃ。虎の怪異などいくらでもおるぞ。わしが知っておるだけでも相当数じゃし、ましてあのアロハ小僧の知識も合わせるとなれば優に50は超える。
Wow.
でっかい虎にゃ。虎は大概でかい。小さい虎というのならまだしも。すげえ早いにゃ。あっちゅう間に先回りされたにゃ。虎は大概早い。動かぬ虎というのならまだしも。あと喋るにゃ。喋る？動物型なのに喋る怪異か。それはなんというか珍しいの。しかしそれを聞くとより正体がわからなくなってしまった感があるぞ。だいたいそんな正体不明の怪異が街をうろついておれば、わしが気づかぬはずがないのじゃが。
So she can't see it.
その虎を見たということなのか？そうにゃ。いや違う、俺も見たが、それ以 を見た。とすると、その辺が焦点なのかもしれんぞ。つまり、ウヌたちにしか見えん。
Yep.
ウヌたちにしか見えん。
Yeah. Yeah.
可能性じゃがの。力になれなくてすまんな。礼はまた考えておく。おい、吸血鬼。なんじゃ、猫。送っていってやるにゃ。俺にゃらあの廃墟までひとっ飛びにゃ。警戒するにゃよ。今のお前じゃ空は飛べにゃいだろ。俺にとっては大した手間じゃにゃい。でも30分は短縮できるぞ。ふん。頼んでよいか。もちろん、頼んでいいにゃ。
She wants to see him as well, probably, right? That's my guess. She legit is just Neferupito from Hunter x Hunter. That's crazy.
あったのは燃えかすだった。
What?
暦とオシの忍が隠れ家とし、オシのメメが数ヶ月にわたって生活し、ご主人や戦場ヶ原ひたぎ、カンバルスルガや戦国ニャデコにとっても思い
ニャデコ。
出深い学習塾跡の廃墟は、
Damn!
全焼していたのにゃ。
It's scary seeing even Shinobu be surprised. Okay.
晴れんだぜ、月日だよ。二人合わせてファイヤーシスターズ。早いもので猫物語シロも次で4匹目だぜ。
Force Beast.
予告編クイッククイック、手早く行こうという意味だぜ。こないだ兄ちゃんと遊んでいて気づいたんだけど、爪切りってすごくね。何これ、誰が考えたの？爪を切る
Okay, fair enough.
子供にでも簡単に使えるこの刃物。これがなかったらどれくらい不自由かって思わね。あ、確かに不自由かも。ネイルケアできないかも。刃物部分だけでもすげえのに、レバーとヤスリを一体化させたり、爪が飛び散らないようケースを装着したり、その進化たりやとどまるところを知らねえ。リバ爪切り。リバ爪切り。爪に火を灯して作ったトーチで褒めたたえてえぜ。以上、爪切りの凄さに関する
I mean, that's fair enough. I totally nailed. Good one.
次回、猫物語シロ第4話、翼タイガーその4。ところでお兄ちゃんと爪切りでどうやって遊んだの？足を。
What? Wait, what did she say? How exactly did you play with Unichan using nail clippers, the foot? What does that even mean? Wait, maybe she has something else to say.
足を。
Nope. She's just gonna leave it at that. Fair enough. Okay. Interesting. So it seems like Shinobu and Araragi have, well, I wouldn't say they have a plan going on. I feel like they had some kind of plan going on, but then something happened where Shinobu is now trying to get Araragi back. But Araragi keeps on going with the plan. It seems like he severed kind of the connection between them. I wonder why. It also seems like it's so weird seeing him be this elusive, right? And it's also interesting that Shinobu can't even find him, right? She said that if there was an oddity here that she could see, or if there were actually a tiger oddity in this town, she would definitely know about it. But now she can't even find Araragi here. That's interesting. Like, if she's so certain that she knows everything that's going on in the town, then why isn't she able to find Araragi? Why is he so elusive? You know? I don't know. That's interesting. But yeah, apart from that, it was interesting seeing the, again, like the entire talk between Senjougahara and Hanekawa is as great as always. Yeah, as I said, I'm not sure what she meant by calling Araragi the fake one. I guess we kind of went through Araragi being an imposter and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't think he's fake. I think he's always, he makes up excuses and stuff like that, but he always, the way that he acts is always according to his feelings, at least most of the time, right? Very impulsive, very emotionally driven. Yeah, I think that's a great quality, or I think that's at the end, like a net positive quality to have, even if it can get him in trouble many times. But yeah, it's so interesting seeing, or it's gonna be so interesting to see how this entire arc, because it feels like this arc is gonna slowly transition into the Araragi arc eventually. We're gonna get rid of the tiger somehow. I don't know what's gonna happen there, but then it's gonna be transitioning into the Araragi arc, which is gonna be really interesting. It just feels like it's two arcs that are like running parallel to each other, and then they're gonna just not necessarily combine, but they're gonna just at some point have an intersection, and that's where we're gonna come into the next arc, which is gonna be cool to see. I'm excited for it. But yeah, it's interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see why he wanted to talk to why he wanted to talk to Tsuruga. But yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I can see why, obviously, they would feel a bit left out. Obviously, it would sting a bit that he would ask someone else for help and not like you, who's like, let's say, Hanekawa or Senjougahara, right? But obviously, they did come to a conclusion that there must be a reason for it, obviously. But yeah, as I said, it was interesting seeing the differences between the differences and the parallels between Senjougahara and Hanekawa. I feel like that's the biggest part of this. Also, the interesting thing is what Black Hanekawa said about the house not being the only point of stress for Hanekawa, right? It seems like there is something more happening with her. I wonder what exactly it is. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I'm sure they're gonna tell us. But yeah, interesting episode. Interesting episode. Also, I like the fact that Tsukihi and Karen have grown a lot from Nekomonogatari. Like they are definitely a lot less of a Chuni character, right? After that arc, because it feels like they were very much Chuni to 100 back then, and they still definitely care about like the Fire Sisters and the justice and stuff like that. But they definitely have dialed it down to a more normal level. That's why they obviously don't know everything that has been going on and stuff like that. It's nice to see that they're a lot more normal after everything happened in Nekomonogatari. That's it, yeah. So yeah, that's great to see how consistent it is. Why does Tsukihi have such long hair? I thought that she cut her hair during Nekomonogatari. Didn't she have like short hair? And now her hair is like a scarf. Anyways, interesting. Anyways, I am going to end this one here though. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.